Hey there, this is Darren Colto with another tutorial for Blender, the free 3D design program. Today we're going to model a ship that looks like a manta ray. We're only going to build the mesh in this video and leave the materials as a separate project. Let's get to it. Delete the default cube and go to Top View. Add a Bezier curve to the scene and name it PirateShip. Go to Edit Mode and shape the curve into an upside-down U, but don't try to perfect the symmetry. The mirror modifier will take care of that. Scale along the Y-axis in Object Mode to complete the inverted U shape. Run the commands Apply Location and Apply Rotation and Scale, or else the lofting we'll do next won't work correctly. Add a circle to the scene and scale it down to about 1/6 the distance between the left and right ends of the Bezier curve. We're going to loft or extrude the circle through the curve to form the crescent of the pirate ship's main body. Point the bevel object control of the Bezier curve to the circle to perform the loft. We now have a curved tube which we need to taper to look more like a manta ray. Duplicate the PirateShip Bezier curve to form the taper object, which changes the diameter of the lofting cross-section as it's pushed along the Bezier curve. Delete the reference to the circle cross-section and name the object Taper. Point the PirateShip's taper parameter to this object. We now have something more crescent-like. It's wide in the center and tapered at the ends. Enter Edit Mode for the taper object and scale up its Y-axis to widen the wide part of the pirate ship. Duplicate the ship and move the duplicate to layer 2 so you have a backup copy. Press Alt-C to convert the Bezier curve to a mesh so we can sculpt the ship in Edit Mode. Scale down along the Z-axis to flatten the crescent a bit until its circular cross-section flattens into an egg shape or a wide almond. Make another backup copy if you want, then go into Edit Mode. Now we'll work on the cockpit. Subdivide 4 times a region in front of the ship about 4 columns wide and 10 rows high to make more geometry for the horns of the cockpit. Uncheck the Limit to Visible button, then delete the left half of the ship in Top View. In Object Mode, add a mirror modifier and increase its merge control until the left and right halves of the ship fuse together. Now let's make the horns. Go to Edit Mode, Top View. Use Circle Select Mode to grab a single column of vertices a bit to the right of the Y-axis. Click the Proportional Editing button, then grab and pull a vertex up and right to form a horn. Scroll the middle mouse wheel as you pull to affect more or fewer vertices until the horns look right to you. Click the mouse when the horns look right to you. Now we'll make the manta ship's tail, which will house the engine. Pull a tail out using the same process you used to form the cockpit horns. The tail should look a bit like a widow's peak in Top View when you're done. Now let's make the engine. Select about 3 columns of vertices in Top View with proportional editing on and visible vertices only turned off. Pull up and right to make a pincer-like hole, which we now have to fill with new faces. Create the first face by first selecting 2 vertices on the ship's top surface and 2 vertices directly below on the bottom surface. Press F to complete the first face of the engine hole. Fill the rest of the hole the same way. Use wireframe display if it helps. Go to Object Mode, Modifier Context, then click the Mirror Modifier's Apply button to finish the pirate ship's geometry. Thanks for watching.